Hello folks, I'm so excited to show you something. I'm basically building this first example that show how to generate a column that can always have the embeddings content from embedding server. So here I'm just creating this function embed, which is immutable, and this function is just calling OpenAI add a 002, and when I create a table, I can say that my vector generate always from this content as a stored content, right? So then I can just insert some data. So I can put here the data, and soon it's inserted. It puts the vector aside using the database. And here is my first example that I would like to break it down and just show you how it is going. And here is my terminal. So we have here the table. So we have this embeddings table, and this is the content, and here is the vector. And I can just say here, select content from embeddings. And you can see, and if I say select vec from embeddings limit 1, you can see here all these numbers that comes from the vector related to the data, right? And these vectors are just using pgvector data types, and what we are doing here is we are going to have fun with this data. So let's just inspect again. So we have here a few fruits, we have a few hardware stuff, and then we also put some software name with software version. So just like trying to make something here, and we have this function named embed. So I can say embed, and then say, for example, here Ruby. And if I say Ruby, for example, and then I can just check it, and it's getting the results from OpenAI and just like bringing it here. So if I say here Ruby, and then I say here, what's the similarity of Ruby with Rails, for example, and then I get like two vectors, and I get the distance between them, right? And if I say here, for example, Ruby on Rails, I have a closer similarity or more or less distance, and this is in thousands of dimensions. But when you are talking about something in your database, you can use it in several ways. So the first example that I built here is this example, which we say that our vector embeds the fruit, the similarity with fruits should be less than 60%, right? So if I do just this select, so I can just run it, and we can see here that these are the fruits that has this amount. Let's edit this SQL, and also let's put this number just to have it as a reference here, and not comparing the size. And now let's just use it as an order by instead of our clause, and then we have it organized. Probably we can see all the differences, and we can see that it's ordered in the right sense, that coming with first with the fruits and later with the rest of the things, right? So in this place, you can also see, for example, what's the match of real fruits versus like the rest of things. And you can see like Apple here. Apple is also a computer, and Apple is also a thing. So for example, if we come here, and instead of let's just remove this vector from here, and let's just use here order by computer, for example, and let's limit it because we don't need to see all the things. So if we limit, if we put here 5, for example, we got like only computers. If we put then, and then you see like after a few we get a banana here, and you can see even like we have a hardware that's also computer, like banana pie or something. And if I try to be more specific here, it will always be coming to understand the semantic search and put it in the middle. So in this case, for example, I was testing here with like Ruby and Rails, and that was my test of like, can I do a search and say like I would like to order by software version, and I was just trying to make to check if it could make it, and then like you can see it even mix something and in the middle, and I could say version number, for example. So these are things that has version number, but iPhone also has version number. But how I can be specific about the lexical things that has in the context, and I can say greater than 2.1. So, and then maybe that thing even just like is trying to understand like I'm talking about these are version numbers, and if I can come and say Ruby here greater than 2.1, for example, oops, then it will probably know that it's Ruby, it's Rails, and then it will also get all these words, and even not like getting the sense of this greater character, for example. It doesn't mean too much here. Probably it's more about like matching it, and this is a way to explore and also filter data and understand how it works. So generating the embeddings is quite easy. It's more about like give a try. As you can see here, the file is just saying that you generate always the embedded from the content, and then you have both there. You can mix and understand how it goes, and then you can test with multiple models. Here you can just change it from OpenAI. Here you can have here, instead of OpenAI, you can go with Cohere. You can go also with Olama and other types of models. So it's quite easy. Just go to docs here, PGAI docs. I guess I'm not in the right folder, but you can just go to docs and find OpenAI or other embeddings from other sources as well. So that's it. That's my exploration of today. I hope you enjoy, and happy coding.